but I just wanted to thank you again, every single person here. So grateful and thankful that you took the time to meet with them and start this relationship. What just a special day. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I think it went really well. It was fast. I mean, I know everybody said wonderful things about me, right? So,
Yes.
but I look forward to working with everyone. This isn't a one and done. We develop the relationship, we keep it going. You know, we have that regular cadence, so we can, you know, stay in touch and identify opportunities throughout the year. Sebastian, you asked about outreach events, and the ones that I can think of right now that are free, you don't have to join an organization, is the federal executive boards. And I think every state and city has them. I know Kansas City does. And then opportunities through the PTACs for networking events. Those are already federally funded. So you don't have to join anything to attend. So, you know, you might want to reach out to your local PTAC and see what's going on. Yeah, they usually have a calendar, I think, on the ones I visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me
Such great advice. Thank you, Sheryl. We'll be sure to do that.
Even if you have any other small business specialists, part of the sub agencies that could use a little, a little extra sprucing, we'd be happy to do this again. If it adds value and could be a support.
I think it does. And what I might suggest is we loop in the other small business specialists. Let's get the other agencies involved.
I only had half the amount. Tell me exactly how many buyers you actually, support or influence.
85.
85. I thought it was only 45.
85. Well, it's a contract specialist contracting officer relationship. So you might, you could probably cut it in half if you wanted to think about it that way. But CS and COs are each working on their own projects and then working on projects in tandem. So, but it's 85 bodies. Then we don't really factor in Fort Collins. And I think those folks that are supporting our IT purchases, I've only talked to 5 or 6 of them, so I don't actually know how big that office is or how many are actually working on FPAC related opportunities, but I seem to always be going to the same few to communicate areas of interest for small businesses. So I look forward, honestly, to talking to each of you a little bit longer, not all on the same day.
No, thank you. Hey, Sheryl, how often do you guys meet as a group, or how often do you talk to your buyers, or how does that kind of work?
It's driven by the opportunity. So I meet with them every month. I meet with the section chiefs every month because we try to figure out, you make sure that policy and operations are on the same page. We don't want to write policy that makes it impossible for them to meet their mission to make those awards. And then as each opportunity comes up, everything below $250,000, so this I didn't get into, is automatically set aside for small businesses. So if somebody thinks they have to go full and open or go GSA, where FAR Part 19, which is a small business program, doesn't apply to FAR Part 8, I still influence them because I say if there's 2 small businesses, even within GSA, we're doing a set aside. We don't have to, but I say you do. And below 250,000, I've come up against that argument a few times. Well, we don't have to do it. I said, yes, but according to our rules, we have to do it. So anything that's not full enough, that's not set aside below small business, it has to clear my desk first. Anything above 250,000, again, is meeting that rule of 2, then it's a set aside. And there's an order of precedence for setting aside above 250,000. It's socioeconomic first, then small business, then full and open. So they have to get clearance for doing a set aside or doing small business. So so if they come to me and say, I just want to do just a small business set aside, which means any small business can compete. And if I see that we're not meeting one of our goals, and I'm not picking on anyone in particular, but HubZone is the hardest to meet. And we find that there's hub zones within that group of small businesses that they've selected. I recommend a hub zone set aside. If we have 2, put it out for competition. If only 1 responds and they're deemed to be fair and reasonable and have the capacity, we can make a direct award to that hub zone without having to go back out for competition. If somebody wants to go full and open, meaning all large and small businesses can compete, above the $250,000. It not only has to clear my desk, it has to clear our Ostabu's desk. And I hopefully said that enough that, that's USDA wide Office of Small Business. And then it has to go to the Small Business Administration and get a sign off by the PCR and procurement. I forgot what it says, but it's a representative that's making sure that we're setting aside small business whenever practicable. So a lot last year, let's see, I think I had 211 communications with my buyers on direct award, on awards. So those are, opportunity related awards. I do regular training. I'm starting a small business spotlight on a quarterly basis because this is our first year. My first one is scheduled for October 29. And what our target is to get some small business feedback into our federal community. So we want to target acquisitions, obviously, but we want to start getting those program offices to join us for an hour just to get some. In this particular case, it's going to be a round robin Q&A. But we want to get small business perspective back because, it's kind of like an after action review for the fiscal year for 2021. Another way we're going to do a small business spotlight is we're going to invite small businesses to kind of give a mini commercial. So if we have an hour long, 60 minutes, we might maybe divide it up into 10 or 15 minute increments to give that small business a chance to market themselves to the buyers and market themselves hopefully to the program offices. Program office is going to be a little bit hard to get them in there because I can make acquisitions division show up. I can only invite the program office and ask them to show. So we're trying to work more ways to get small business visibility, and that's the big thing. And with the administration pushing harder, where we're already small business focused, now it's like, you will do this. I have a great division director who is very small business focused, came from Air Force. And the small business program has changed within just our organization because of his leadership. It's gone from, when I worked for Farm Service Agency prior to FPAC, I was a contracting officer, and the small business specialist, and no fault of his own, was just kind of a check mark on your list of things to check off. Did you do this? And you just checked it off. He didn't get in the way of anything. I am empowered to say, no, you can't do that, or convince me otherwise. So at least within FPAC, it's been pretty exciting to be the small business specialist because there's room to be creative, room to leverage visibility, and to remind everybody that I'm not just a check on I'm not just a checkbox. You have to clear it. So.
Nice.
Oh, well, thanks.
Thank you for your knowledge, and just thank you for your time today. We don't want to take up more time because it's over 2 o'clock. So I know you have a very busy schedule, but I believe
I'm late. Yeah, that's okay.
Go ahead.
All right, you guys, thank you very much. I look forward to, please send me those emails so I can respond back and we can set up another time to talk. I would, for those of you that sat in and watched me do my spiel, I welcome any feedback you might have. And I look forward to another one of these sessions. I do. Not tomorrow, but I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheryl.
Thank you very much.
Righty.
Thank you very much, Sheryl. We appreciate it.
Hey. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.